difficulty with my computer.
Oh.
A technician will be with you in 4 hours.
4 hours?
You can upgrade for just $5,000.
What?
The Universal Serial Config board should be set to ID 6.
I need that in plain English.
Call for help. This is Chris Perillo. What can I do for you?
Hey there, welcome to Call for Help. I'm Chris Perillo, and this is the show where helping you deal with technology is not a problem. On today's show, doing your taxes can be confusing, especially with all the new tax laws this year. Luckily, there are some good resources on the net that can help. Ms. Money's Tiffany Bass-Bucco is here to show us how to find tax help online so that you don't get caught in a messy audit this year. Of course, she'll also be showing us ways to write off certain things that you've already purchased this year to save you even more money. Plus, grab your number 2 pencils and Scantrons because we're going to show you some cool software that'll help anybody prepare for the SATs so they can get into the college of their choice. You know, because I didn't quite make it into Harvard. Not that I'm bitter or anything. And of course, someone smarter than me is sitting in our Interact area. How are you going to help us today, Kat?
Wow, that's quite a compliment.
Well, you are.
Oh, all right. Okay, well, you don't have to necessarily go under the hood to find out what your computer's running. I found some diagnostic tools that'll do all the work for you, and they're free, of course.
Yeah, that's the great thing about the internet. There are all these wonderful free resources you can use to help.
That's right.
Great.
We
Now,
love free stuff.
if someone needs even more help, how could they get a hold of us on the show?
Okay, well, you got some problems, you need to ask a question. Here's how you get a hold of us. There's 3 ways. Are you ready? Number 1, give us a call. The phone number is 888-989-7879. And remember, our phone lines open up a half an hour before the show begins. Number 2, email us at callforhelp@techtv.com. Or number 3, if you have a netcam, come on over to the Netcam Cineplex. We'll be sure to get you hooked up and on the show there. It's that easy. And if you want to join me in the chat room right now, I'm going to go into chat room number 5. That's Call for Help chat room.
And I may even swing by there after the show.
Good. You should. They love it when you come in.
Oh, I do it all the time, actually. I just pop in and pop out. Very
Cool.
cool. Hey, have you ever heard of ASCII art before?
Yeah.
Kat?
I saw the entire Star Wars episode in ASCII.
Oh, yeah. I know what that is. We can put the link for everybody in our newsletter.
All right.
Can you tell what this is, Kat?
It's a flower.
That's right. And it's made out of ones and zeros, ASCII characters on the screen. And there's this website here at textimage.com. There's a dash in there, text-image.com. You can go in and you can convert any picture on your hard drive. By the way, the smaller, the better. I'm going to browse for it. We're going to use that Camaro gnome image again. Now I can go in and put in the characters. So if I wanted to have the characters G-N-O-M-E, and I can have those characters randomly or in a sequence, so it'll spell out G-N-O-M-E. Font size, the smaller, the better. Let's go with an image width of, let's say, 60 characters. We'll show it in color with a background of white. We press the convert button, and all of a sudden, as soon as it gets done loading and processing, right down here.
That is so cool.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's a Camaro gnome.
You have a mullet.
And it's made out of, yeah, there's the mullet. Great. Glad to do that.
Sweet.
So we're going to take this, we're going to select it with our cursor.
Yeah.
Then we're going to do Control-C, so we're copying it to the clipboard. Now we're going to open up Outlook Express. Of course, you could use any mail client.
Okay.
Make a new message. Now, what the important thing is, we need to make sure it's as rich text or HTML. Let me maximize the window here. Then we paste, and look at that. Can you see it?
That is beautiful. Will you send it to me?
That's right. That's exactly who I was going to send it to.
All right.
Kat at techtv.com. My mullet-tude. And I press send, and when the other person receives it, they will see whatever image you've decided to convert in just text. This is text. This isn't a graphic here.
Wow.
There it goes. Bye. Okay, so that was fun. How would you like a little bit of functionality now, Kat?
Functionality is good. I like
That's right.
functionality.
We get a lot of questions of people asking, hey, how do I, oh, I'm sorry, Kat, I just stopped the transfer of that.
Thank you.
A lot of people are asking when they open up an Explorer window, they're saying, how could I print this on my printer? And there's really no super simple way, unless, of course, you have a third-party utility downloaded. If you have Outlook installed, Microsoft Outlook, the thing that comes with Office, then you could open up the Outlook bar on the side. By default, it comes on, but you can do View, Outlook bar, make sure it's got a check mark in there. Click the other shortcuts link, then click like a folder. By default, it has these 3 folders, but just for the sake of argument, I'm going to go to where our MP3s are stored. Now, this is the view right now, the document layout view. Or, I'm sorry, timeline, but I can actually go in and choose details. and it gives me details of all the files, the file type, the date, and the size. Here's the best view, I think. Oh, yeah. The coolest view is by file type, because now I can get a listing specifically of the folders, the MP3 format sounds, the Winamp media files, everything that's in the folder, okay? Right. So how do you print it out? Simple. You click File, Print, Table Style, and make sure you've got the right printer selected. You press OK, there it goes to the printer, and you'll have a printout that looks exactly like this on the screen without having to install any extra software.
Why do you want that printed out?
You'd be surprised. A lot of people want a hard copy of their MP3 collection or their documents. You never know.
Fascinating.
Very fascinating. And if you were fascinated by that, then stick around, because coming up next, if you're in high school or middle school or have a child who is, then sooner or later you're going to have to deal with the SAT. We'll show you the latest software to help you prepare when Call for Help returns.
Engage your readers with this quick tip. Add a dramatic drop cap to your Word documents. Highlight the paragraph you want the drop cap to appear in. Go to Format, click Drop Cap. Now, choose how you want to position it and click OK. Keep in mind that this is a nice feature, but you don't want to overdo it. One per document is plenty.
Coming this April, the Tech TV. For the first time on television, Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival. A month of amazing television about the technology impacting your life. And gadget giveaways every day, all month long. From communication to transportation, from medical breakthroughs to the world of sports, technology is changing the way we live, work, and play. And Tech TV is the television network that covers it all. And during Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival, you'll see it all like never before. Also in April, don't miss Tech TV's great gadget giveaway. Every day, all month long, a new chance to win flat panel monitors, PDAs, digital cameras, and more. It's all part of Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival, coming this April, only on Tech TV.
What would you do with the Pontiac Grand Prix?
I'm out, man. Let's go.
I'm out to see the world. San Francisco, here we go.
Are we having fun yet? It doesn't take much to have fun, does it?
It's like riding on a surfboard.
You're gonna have to call me Dixie if I wear this.
All right, Dixie.
I can smell the salt water from here.
Give us a swell, baby.
So what would you do with the Pontiac Grand Prix? Tell us at Pontiac.com.
There's some good surf out there.
Attention computer users, Computer Fair is back this Saturday and Sunday with hundreds of exhibitors slashing prices beyond belief.
I got a really great deal on a 64 meg AGP GeForce 2 for $58.
Today I got a case, power supply, a couple of DVDs, and a fan.
Find more than you could in 100 stores: computers, printers, monitors, multimedia, modems, memory, software, books, supplies, furniture, thousands of games, and much more at a fraction of the price. Computer Fair, Saturday and Sunday at the Fairplex in Pomona. Admission is only $7.
You know, ideas and inventions come from people in all walks of life, and most of the century's top inventions came from individuals, not companies. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? Are you interested in trying to submit your idea to companies for a good faith review and in trying to patent it as well? If so, Invention Submission Corporation has information to help you get started. ISC is America's largest inventor service firm with over 50 offices nationwide. Call this toll-free number now to see how to get this free information. The information includes forms to assure confidentiality, a form to record and date your idea, plus an informative brochure that explains how to submit your idea to companies through ISC's data bank and how to apply for a patent. Even if you only have an idea for improving an existing product, you'll want to call now for ISC's free information.
For your inventor's information, call toll-free 1-877-772-IDEA. That's 1-877-772-IDEA.
Welcome back. You know, taking the SAT is not a fun experience, at least for most of us. Unfortunately, if you do want to go to college in the United States, it's a way of life. Preparing for this test is no picnic. It can be expensive and time-consuming, but you can save yourself some time and money by purchasing software. Now, the SAT is essentially a way that you can test or get your skills tested specifically in the areas of verbal and math skills. It stands for Scholastic Assessment Test, at least according to the official website. And to prepare for it, you can do a variety of things. For one, you can go out and hire a tutor, take courses. Unfortunately, that can get really expensive really quickly. It can cost you up to about $100 an hour. Then, of course, there are like self-tutoring materials, books, online courses, and software, which of course leads us into what we're going to be talking about today. Something called Higher Score for the SAT, PSAT, and ACT. It costs about $30, which makes it one heck of a bargain. We ran through it, actually, and I gotta say, I was pretty impressed. I really wish I would have had this when it came time to taking these tests in high school. The interface, as we get into it, looks a bit silly, but that's okay. It was designed to keep you entertained as you were learning some relatively dry subjects in terms of verbal and math skills. However, the content inside the program is informative and helpful. So let's show you exactly what we're talking about. Put this over here. All right. And let's launch this software. Loading. All right. This isn't too bad yet. I've already set up a profile for me, Chris, because, of course, that's my name. I do know that. Unfortunately, they don't grade on that. Okay. You see how cheesy it is? But that's okay. It'll keep you informed. And as a matter of fact, you can even have it set so that there will be, when you first run through it, it's kind of like a wizard. There's this guy who stands there and will guide you through what to do. Here, essentially, you've got different places. You can take a tour of what the software offers. You can quit. You can take some lessons. And here, the most interesting part about the lessons is that it gives you secrets or tips on how to take the test. So if you run into a question that you're having a problem with, you can learn how to narrow down the answers so that you pick the right one. So the lessons area is really, it's interactive, and it'll give you help in lessons, because that's why they call it the lessons. Now, if you're one who is more of an entertainment type of person, then of course the games section will be for you. Here, you can print out flashcards, play math games, and even build your... See, there's the little wizard. He doesn't really look like a wizard.
Frequently asked questions about the test. Drill yourself on vocabulary and other relevant subjects with our flashcards. Challenge your vocabulary skills to the max with our vocabulary builder, or relax and enjoy our challenging games. These games will help you hone your abilities.
Enough. Actually, I could just let him do the rest of this because he does a really good job. So when we're done with the games, and if we don't want to play those, we can go back to the main menu, of course, by pressing that icon. The test center is probably the most important part of it because here is where you're going to be able to go in and test your skills. This is the part that I think is probably the best part of the software because as I double-click this to take the verbal test 2, because I've already taken one, and I'll show you the results of what I got there in a second, you can enter it in a tutor mode, which, of course, will guide you in case you're having a problem with this. As a matter of fact, why don't we ask Kat this question? Barbara Walters distinguished herself as a journalist by asking famous people the kinds of blank questions that other reporters shied away from. Discreet, intriguing, pointed, gentle, or indirect?
I would say intriguing.
Intriguing questions.
Right?
Okay, so we've selected B. Of course, if you're having an issue and you weren't sure if it was B or, let's say, C, because they're kind of the same, you can press the hint button, and it tells you.
Oh, that's interesting.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Very You're not going to find that kind of interactivity in a book. In terms of, it does this for each particular question. So we can go, once we've selected or believe we selected the right answer, we press the green arrow.
I hope so.
Answer as many questions. Well, keep your fingers crossed. We'll find out in a second. You run through the gamut of questions. Press the finish button. Yeah, we're skipping the rest of the questions so that the results are going to be skewed.
Okay.
We'll really quit the section. Would you like to see the results? Yes.
Yes.
And it looks like you did get it incorrect. And this is the neat thing. It'll go in and explain the answers for you. Oh, look, it was C.
Okay.
It was pointed, and then it explains exactly how over on this pane it shows the answer, the correct answer. The one that you chose is filled in with the black circle. And then over here, it explains exactly why C was the correct answer. Now, you can take, as it was before, and of course there are other interactive options here. Oh, credits. We always like those. You can actually go in, and in the admission sections, you can find out how colleges would take to your scores, and you can set up different preferences here. Let me show you the results I got.
I had this tool.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I mean, the kids today, I mean, we're kids.
Today.
Well, we're kids, but if we would have had this type of tool way back when we were in high school or preparing for college, I'm sure we would have done so much better with the test. Here's how I did. I got 23 questions correct, 5 incorrect. And the neat thing is the performance section here. Performance on 5 questions on which you worked the longest. So it showed me that I got 4 out of the 5 questions that I worked on the longest correct, but the one that just one. So that's saying that as I take more time to think, I'm probably going to answer the question correctly. So it gives me a good idea about my thinking skills and how well they'll apply to the test. So it says I'm in, according to just one test, that I'm within 80% correct on the verbal scores, which I'm pretty happy with, to tell you the truth, because I was always a B+ student in high school. What about you, or should we say?
I got straight A's.
I told you she was smarter than me. You thought I was lying. So it's $30. You get all this information, and like I said, this is a wonderful tool, and you really would be remiss if you are going to take either the SAT, PSAT, or the ACT without getting the software. If you've got a PC and you're going to take the test, I'm telling you, get this. Now, if you want to know more about this and studying for the SAT using the PC, go to our website. The address is at techtv.com/call-for-help. Still ahead, have you ever downloaded a program and then forgot where you put it? Well, we've got a tip just for you, so stay tuned.
Brought to you by your Morgan Stanley financial advisor, who will never let you lose sight of what you're investing for.
Your 401k. Time was, you never had to think about it. So when you changed jobs, you just assumed it was safe. Not so anymore. Roll over your 401k retirement savings to Morgan Stanley, and a financial advisor will guide you through a unique review process to help ensure that when you need your nest egg, it will still be there.
The compact Rosario 5000 TPC has something for everyone. For film buffs, a free DVD drive, or for music buffs, a free CDRW drive. For technology buffs, an Intel Pentium 4 processor with power to burn, and burn and burn. Yeah, it's a buff PC, all right, and it's just $7.99 after a $50 instant rebate. So, financial buffs, call 1-800-336-1416 to buy now and get a free DVD or CDRW drive.
The new 255 horsepower Infiniti i35 with the most powerful engine in its class. Don't blink. More power, more grace, more I. The new i35 from Infiniti. Tonight on Tech TV, it's an inside look at the latest breakthroughs changing your world. From transportation to communication, from sports to medicine, see what the future holds. Tomorrow's World, tonight at 6:30, only on Tech TV, television about technology. Tech TV, television about technology.
Hey, why don't you put down that printer, because it's time for a Windows tip, and today we're going to show you how to create a downloads folder. Now, how many downloads reach your computer each week, month, or year? If you watch Call for Help regularly, that's 5 new free files a week, 20 a month, or 240 a year. I'm ready for that SAT now. That's a whole lot of free downloads that you'll need to manage, and the easiest place to download anything to your computer is your desktop. Now, if you don't have a download action plan in place, then your desktop is going to be one big heap of executable files and zip files before you know it. So let me show you a little secret. I'm going to right-click on the desktop, create a new folder, and I'm going to name it Downloads. That's pretty much as difficult as it gets. I'm going to move it. Let's put it over here. Now I need to download something. So let's see, where should I go? I know what I'll do. I will download my favorite notepad replacement, MetaPad, available at liquidninja.com. Right-click on that, save target as. Now, instead of saving directly to the desktop, I'm going to double-click that Downloads folder, and right there is where it will be saved. Now, the next time I go to download something else, like, let's say the limited edition Metapad, by the way, this is freeware too, save target as, it'll automatically start up in that Downloads folder. There we go. We'll save that. Let's close Internet Explorer again, and there's our Downloads folder. Nice, clean, concise. That's as easy as it gets. Amazing. Okay, now, since the show is called Call for Help, I suppose we better connect with our first caller. What you say, Kat?
Yes, we shall. His name is Garrett. He's on the Intel Tech TV NetCam network, and he's from Tomball, Texas.
Garrett!
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good. How's it going for you?
Pretty good.
You got a pretty busy background there.
Do I?
Yeah, a lot of pictures and stuff hanging up.
Yeah.
All we have is this big old ugly plasma thing. Although I'm sure you'd trade it any day for what you got on your wall, huh?
Yeah, probably.
What can I help you with today?
Well, I'm running XP Professional, and I have the different users set up so other people in my family can use my computer. So, like, my mom can use my scanner because her computer doesn't have one.
Okay.
And I was just wondering how I can change the administrator settings to where, like, I could keep her from loading certain things like my computer or whatnot so she can go in from, keep her from messing things up.
Oh, sure. There's a variety of ways to do this, but probably the quickest way for you, since you're running Windows XP Professional, you've heard of Tweak UI before? The tool that I'm going to show you that's built into Windows XP Pro, not Home Edition, just Pro, something called GP Edit.
Okay.
And you can run this. I've got a shortcut for it, but you can click Start, Run, and this is what you have to type, just like this, gpedit.msc. Now, before everybody starts freaking out, we're going to have this listed in the show notes, and we're also going to have it listed in our newsletter, because a lot of people email me after the show saying, hey, what was it? Get the newsletter. It's easier. So once we've got that entered, Garrett, click OK, and what you're going to see is the policy, the group policy editor pop up. Here, you can go in and select the specific settings for the different users that are on your computer. So you could go in and tweak specifically the different system settings that you want to block people from running. So if you wanted your mother only to run Winamp, you could actually go in here and say, don't run specified Windows applications, and then you would be able to enable this and then list all the disallowed applications, and you would put explorer.exe in there. Of course, that's going to block her from a lot of other functionality in Windows because Explorers is the shell that makes Windows run. So it's running Windows, and when we say shell, when you're in Windows, let's pull up the processes. We right-click the taskbar, select Task Manager, and it tells us all the things that are running in the background. Explorer.exe needs to run, just like in Windows 98 and Windows Millennium Edition and Windows 95. Explorer.exe is the thing that makes Windows Windows. So again, the GP edit, and you can navigate through there, and as you see, as I said, this is really a powerful tweaking tool. Be careful, okay? All you guys out there in television land, don't go changing settings willy-nilly. If you don't know what you're turning on and off, you could end up really, messing up Windows and causing a reinstallation. But Garrett, it sounds like you do have full control over that computer. I'm telling you, the easiest way may not be necessarily the safest way, because as I said, my caveat, be careful when you're changing settings here, but this is probably going to be the easiest tool for you to use. And everybody out there, if you're looking for a great Tweak UI replacement that comes with Windows XP, the Group Policy Editor is it. And again, we have the instructions in our newsletter. Make sure you get that, techtv.com/call-for-help, because it's very, very, very important to get our newsletter, because I don't want to have to keep mailing things out when people ask. Even though I like doing it, it's just that you can do it yourself. It happens a lot quicker. Right now, it's time for another electrifying edition of the Lightning Round.
What a cool graphic. All right, that's right. It's time to find out what Chris really knows. I'm holding 20 questions in my hand. Let's see how many he can answer in 90 seconds. Chris, you ready?
Oh, yeah. I ate my Wheaties today. Breakfast of geeks.
Okay, start the clock now. What is a head crash?
A head crash, that's what happens when your drive fails, your disk drive fails. It basically won't work anymore.
All right, true or false? PC is to Mac what Caterpillar is to Butterfly?
I don't know if that's really a fair comparison. You're talking about two different types of systems where, well, wait, actually, a Macintosh could be determined as a PC or a personal computer. It's just that we tend to say IBM clones are PCs, whereas Macintosh. I really don't know the answer.
Okay, what was your SAT score?
I actually never took the SAT because I didn't have to. It being from Iowa and getting accepted to all the state institutions there, I went to UNI, University of Northern Iowa, go Panthers. I had to take the ACT, and I ended up getting a 24.
Nice. In the chat room, what does BRB mean?
That means you better say, excuse me. No, it actually stands for be right back.
Right. What's better, inkjet or laser?
Depends on what you're printing. If you want to do a lot of colors and a lot of photos, inkjet. If you want to do a lot of black printing, go with laser. It's a lot quicker and a lot more cost effective.
Cool. Is Apple back?
Oh yeah, that new iMac kicks butt.
What are wares, spelled with a Z at the end?
Wares. Those would be illegal downloads, or someone has uploaded registered software to the net and you can download it, and that's not a good thing to do.
What is a nag screen?
Oh, it'd be like if you ran a piece of shareware application that hadn't been registered and pop up saying, hey, you need to register this thing, or it'd pop up intermittently, or it would nag you. A good place to get around that is going to nonags.com. All the software there is not nagged.
All right. What does the I in iMac stand for?
I don't know.
Well, Brett says internet.
Right. Yeah, that's why iPod, and it probably stands for innovation, knowing Steve Jobs.
All right. Good job today, Chris.
Thank you, Kat.
Woohoo!
Right now, it's time to test your tech knowledge with our daily quiz. Head over to techtv.com/call-for-help. Click on the quiz, which is a lot easier than taking the SAT. Answer correctly, you'll be in the running for a Call for Help t-shirt. But this isn't it. Apparently, I'm going to be mummified. Here's today's quiz. What was the last year's average SAT score? Was it 800, 960, 1020, or 90210? Hey, yeah, like my sideburns, the 90210.
Bringing this brand new car around today. It's called the Pontiac Vibe. Sounds like a party wagon. How you guys like it?
I love it.
Yeah? It's pretty fat, yeah? It's a fantastic car.
I'm a vibe girl, yeah.
Big, oh, sweet. Look at that. AC connection? Yeah, it's awesome.
I can see it zipping around town.
This is the road trip mobile.
Look at this.
I like that. Sounds sharp.
I like the silver.
Control, circles.
And it's built real tight, you know?
This is my kind of ride. Meet the new Pontiac Vibe.
It's time you expected more from an insurance company. So call Progressive Auto Insurance, and we can give you our low price, plus the rates for up to 3 leading competitors. And that could save you hundreds.
We want you to save money, even if it's not with us.
It's time you expected an easier way to buy car insurance. Because at Progressive.com, you can get a quote and buy a policy instantly. In fact, our website is so fast and easy to use, it's been rated #1 4 times in a row. It's time you expected faster claim service. At Progressive, our immediate response vehicles can come right to you. They're like a claims office on wheels.
We make getting back on the road fast and easy.
Visit Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today for fast, friendly service 24 hours a day. We want you to save money, even if it's not with us.
Okay, maybe we're not changing the world, but we are changing the way people buy car insurance.
You could start saving now. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or visit Progressive.com. Progressive, not what you'd expect from an insurance company.
America is still strong, and we salute the backbone of our economy, the independent small business owner. Now you can gain independence, make big money, and have the time to enjoy it. Call Teleking Communications Corporation, 1-800-207-7677, and discover an incredible offer to run your own wholesale distribution business. This high-profit opportunity is the American dream. Be your own boss, work part-time or full-time, and earn big money with no direct selling on your part. Get all the facts now on how you can take advantage of this turnkey operation. Availability in your area may be limited, so call today. Teleking will help you increase your income and give you the freedom to enjoy the things that make America great. Operators are standing by to help you. The call is free, and there's no obligation. Take charge of your life, earn big money, and have the time to enjoy it all. Teleking. For your free brochure and video, call 1-800-207-7677 now.
Computer Fair is back this Saturday and Sunday with hundreds of exhibitors slashing prices beyond belief.
I got a really great deal on a 64 meg AGP GeForce 2 for $58.
Today I got a case, power supply, a couple of DVDs, and a pan.
Find more than you could in 100 stores. Computers, printers, monitors, multimedia, modems, memory, software, books, supplies, furniture, thousands of games, and much more at a fraction of the price. Computer Fair, Saturday and Sunday at the Fairplex in Pomona. Admission is only $7.
Much like a fine automobile, your PC often needs to check up. It needs a checkup to make sure that everything is happy-go-lucky. And Kat, I believe you have some online tools that can help.
I sure do. My computer was acting strange.
Uh-oh.
And so I decided to just find out a little bit more about it with these cool websites.
Ooh, sounds nice.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, the first thing I actually wanted to know was I was trying to connect with someone using NetMeeting, and I didn't know what my IP address was. So I found this website, ipchicken.com, and basically you just go there, and it pulls up your IP address. Easy as pie.
All right, and of course an IP address would be a number that's assigned to your machine when you're connected to the internet. Everybody has a unique IP address.
Yes, so you just come to ipchicken, voila. Okay, the next thing I wanted to do was download some content, but I didn't know how long it was going to take. I didn't know what my connection speed looked like. I wanted to know.
Yeah, you wanted to see if you were getting the most out of your internet connection.
Yeah, because it costs $50 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, so I wanted to see how it stacked up. So I came to, this is off the CNET website. The link is in the article. Okay. It's called a bandwidth meter.
All right.
And basically what you do is you enter in your area code, what kind of connection you have, your internet service provider is optional, and then you click go, and it asks you to run this little doodad, and then it brings up this screen.
Wow. So
and here we are.
If we're, that looks like we're in between some type of DSL connection, so it looks like we're doing okay.
Right.
Oh, and look, it's got an other providers button, too, if you're not doing okay.
Right. So you can bail your provider.
Okay.
Which I know a lot of people like to do because it's just a shady business. Okay, the next thing, I hear you guys always talking about doing your scan disk and figuring out if you have to do a defrag and yada, yada, yada. So I learned that if you go to pcpitstop.com, you can do this little disk health check.
Ooh.
It's up here in the top left-hand corner, and you click on that, and then it'll take you to a screen much like this. And it tells me that my fragmentation is disk 0, file 0, no action necessary. So maybe you can explain a little bit about what they're
Oh, yeah. When data is written to the hard drive, essentially it's written all over the disk. And, of course, that creates fragmentation. So, like, one Word document may actually be in, like, 13 parts of your disk. And what defragging does essentially takes those different parts and puts them all together again so that it's quicker to be accessed. And that way, Windows will work more efficiently with that. And, well, the scan disk part of it is, do you want to hear that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's going to tell you anyway.
Tell me.
It's essentially a way to check to see that there's consistency on your disk. So as the files are all over the place, Windows may think the file is going to be in one place and then it's not in that place, and so it has to fix itself, and that's kind of what ScanDisk does.
All right, so this is telling me that I'm all good.
Yeah.
And if it said bad, then this website will also give you some resources of what to do and how to fix it. Yeah, fascinating. And you'll find all the details on our website. The address is techtv.com/call-for-help.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I better run a diagnostic on my PC, too. I know I don't do it often enough.
Yeah, you should.
Hey, April 15th is something I like doing not often enough. It's just around the corner because it's tax time. Good thing our finance guru, Tiffany Bass-Bucco from MsMoney.com is here, and she's going to show us some great online resources and tell us about some of the things you can write off to save money. When Call for Help continues.
Coming this April to Tech TV. For the first time on television, Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival. A month of amazing television about the technology impacting your life. And gadget giveaways every day, all month long. From communication to transportation, from medical breakthroughs to the world of sports, technology is changing the way we live, work, and play. And Tech TV is the television network that covers it all. And during Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival, you'll see it all like never before. Also in April, don't miss Tech TV's great gadget giveaway. Every day, all month long, a new chance to win flat panel monitors, PDAs, digital cameras, and more. It's all part of Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival, coming this April, only on Tech TV.
Right here, right now. Attention computer users, Computer Fair is back this Saturday and Sunday with hundreds of exhibitors slashing prices beyond belief.
I got a really great deal on a 64 meg ATP GeForce 2 for $58.
Today I got a case, power supply, a couple of DVDs, and a pan.
Find more than you could in 100 stores. Computers, printers, monitors, multimedia, modems, memory, software, books, supplies, furniture, thousands of games, and much more at a fraction of the price. Computer Fair, Saturday and Sunday at the Fairplex in Pomona. Admission is only $7.
Honey, you're going to be late for your interview.
I'm ready. Hair Club has been helping millions of people get educated on hair loss and what options actually work. Hi, I'm here for the interview.
Oh, why don't you have a seat over there with the other applicants?
Hey, what are you looking at?
It'll only be a minute.
When you absolutely need to make a good impression, call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB for the answers to thinning hair.
How to cut your current monthly bills by as much as 50% or more.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Sometimes, no matter how hard you work at it, you just can't seem to make ends meet. You're writing those checks every month, and you just barely have enough money to pay your bills, much less save anything. Want to change all that? Here's how. Call Home 123. They can help you cut your monthly bills by as much as 50%. Let's say these are some of your monthly payments. Home 123 can show you how to turn all those payments into one low monthly payment that could be as little as half of what you're paying now. In this example, that would be almost $500 extra in your pocket. Just think what you could do with money like that. You could make it happen right now with one call. If you own your home, call Home 123. Even if your credit isn't exactly perfect, they'll come up with a loan that's right for you. Call now and see how easy it can be to make ends meet. Call 1-800-HOME-123 or visit us on the web at home123.com. It's how to get the money you need.
You can really help. Please tell me you can help. Hey, I'm sitting here with Tiffany Bass-Bucco, the founder of MsMoney.com, and today we're going to talk about some things that you can write off and that I can write off, and how online resources that can help with this terrible taxes. I'm never going to get through it. I hate taxes so much. Is there a way to really put this bad time of the year in proper perspective?
Well, it's not surprising that with April 15th looming that people start to get very overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And what's important to do is to relax, take your time, do a little research in advance. Now, with a bevy of resources on the internet, it makes it so much easier. I mean, you probably remember when you actually had to drive down to the post office or library and get publications and forms. Now, it's all at your fingertips. Not only that, but tax tips, how to scrape money off your bill, all this cool stuff's on the internet.
Okay. Is there any way to bring levity to that bevy?
Yeah, well, a good way to start, actually, is to go to a site like TaxMama.com. Now, TaxMama is something I'm quite gravitated to these days, since little baby Buccos do right around tax day.
Look at that.
So,
oh, really?
Yes, he is.
It gives an all new meaning to the deadline. I take it you can't really extend it this year.
Well, I'd have to say I'm doing my taxes a little earlier this year. I've been known to wait till midnight on April 15th to drop it off, but I'm learning my lesson.
Is Tax Mama done for pregnant tax people?
No. Tax Mama kind of does it with a warm and fuzzy mother's touch.
Okay.
It's a great place you can go like for some tax funnies, like we talked about. Let's start with a little levity and get some humor about tax time. But it also it also has great FAQ tools you can use to calculate your taxes, a newsletter, and even updated IRS news.
Ooh. Yeah, because every year they change the tax laws. That's always important to stay on top of.
It's hard to stay on top of it, so every year you do need to go back and do a little bit of research.
All right. Okay, so that's the fun part. I bet we have to start getting into the whole, now what do we do with things? And we were talking about the IRS. They have a website?
Of course. Most people probably know about the IRS.gov site. They just relaunched. It's supposed to be easier for the average person to find what they need.
Do you think so? Do you think that?
Well, it's nice that if you look at their site, you go through their contents and you see they break it out at least by individuals. So you don't need to know stuff if you're a business, if you're just an individual, or if you're a charity or nonprofit, you can go right to your section and you don't feel like you're getting lost. And the navigation is easier.
Oh, it's good. How much traffic does it get normally around tax time?
Well, believe it or not, this year they're expecting about 2 billion hits.
Whoa!
between January and April.
And when we talk about hits, that's
pretty huge.
Is that page impressions or just like
hits is like all the different combination of graphics and text,
Okay.
but 2 billion is a pretty huge number.
I think that's about 1.99999 billion more than we get.
Than the average site. Yeah, I'd say so too.
Okay, and what can be done specifically on the IRS's website?
Well, as I mentioned before, getting forms and publications is so easy. You can just search for them and type them in.
Okay.
But they also have information, tax stats. You can file through the IRS. There's a lot of really great things you can do.
And let's say, well, you don't really like the IRS. I've yet to meet someone who really loves them. Are there any other good tax information sites that are out there?
Well, it's nice to go to some alternative sites. Like Fool.com is one of my favorite because they take a complicated subject such as finances and certainly taxes, which can be quite dry and boring, and really put kind of a nice, friendly touch to it. And you can read all about the different categories they have. For example, if you're about to have a baby, you might go to the marriage and family section and look under that, what it means. You know, do I get a tax deduction for little baby buku now? Hopefully, since I'm trying to save a little extra money.
So you're going to try to hit that angle. You're really trying to write off your baby?
I think that's the idea. First it was the marriage, now it was the baby, and then, you know, the education and whatnot.
Oh, wow. That's great. Now, and you said that it's good information. It's a way to find a way to save money. Are there any resources that are specifically driven for people that are looking for all the advantages of saving money? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of places you can go to kind of cut money off your tax bill.
Okay.
And so what are your deductions and those type of things.
All right.
The Fool has information like that, and certainly Quicken.com and HRR Block and some of the famous ones, you can go there too.
What about online filing? Where could you do that?
Well, I particularly like TaxBrain because I'm looking at a site that's easy to use. You can come here. They have an online demo. It's self-paced, so you can just go through and click one step at a time, and they actually walk you through how easy it is to file online. And I think that's really important for a lot of people because it can seem overwhelming. You're thinking, oh my goodness, here I'm digitally sailing my return back to Uncle Sam, and what if it doesn't get there? So this will walk you through step by step in a nice, easy interface, and I particularly like it.
Okay, I'm not pregnant. Neither is my wife. What are some other things that we could write off? Do you have any good tips?
Actually, there's quite a few changes this year that have come about. For example, what you may not have thought about is if you're a technology professional or you love technology and you wanted to buy some new equipment, this year for 2002, you can now write off $24,000 in equipment.
Whoa.
If you're self-employed or you have a small business on the side, last year, if you're going to go and do it for 2001, it was about $20,000. So that's a lot. You can buy a lot of equipment and digital cameras and things like that.
Even PDAs?
Anything that relates to your small business or your job, you can write off.
I think I'm going to go be buying a lot of equipment like today for next year's taxes. That's a lot of money to save. Of course, you've got a resource, MsMoney.com. What are people going to be able to find there?
Well, we have a lot of information on that. For example, we have other tax tips where you can get deductions, like you can deduct health insurance, which you may have not known. A lot of tech people have become unemployed lately. And all of a sudden, that health insurance bill comes really high. So this year, you can deduct up to 70% of it. Last year, for 2001, it was 60.
What about student loans?
Student loans is another thing. You might decide to go back to school. Maybe you're working part-time when you had a full-time job. And now, for 2002, you can deduct up to $2,500 of interest, possibly, for the first 5 years of loan. And for 2001, it was $2,000.
What if I'm not interested in my student loans? Because I'm not.
You'll have to take that up with the government.
Thank you, Tiffany, once again, and congratulations
Thank you.
again, and we hope that goes well, and we hope to have you back, too. And maybe you can even bring in Baby
Yeah,
Buko.
well, you know, how do we save for the future for our babies?
Tanya,
Next show.
Boy, you're doing so well. You're producing yourself.
There we go.
Thank you so much. Again, be sure to visit our website, techtv.com/call4help. Tiffany has written a great article for us, as usual. It's full of links to all of these sites and a whole lot more, so check it out. We've got a lot more help up our sleeves, among arm hair, and a free file and more of your live calls, so stay tuned.
world's first reconfigurable luxury SUT. Cadillac Escalade EXT Breakthrough.
Thinking about buying a digital camera but don't know which one to choose? Own a digital camera and want to take better pictures? Now the experts at Tech TV and Q Publishing, the leader in computer education, have created the ultimate resource guide. Introducing Tech TV's Digital Camera and Imaging Guide. Visit your favorite bookseller or log on to techtv.com and find out how you can order this in-depth manual that covers all you need to know about digital cameras. It'll teach you how to choose the right camera and peripherals, take and edit digital pictures, and print your images or share them online. Everything you need to know about digital imaging written in easy-to-understand language from the experts at Tech TV. Tech TV's Digital Camera and Imaging Guide is available online at techtv.com or your favorite bookseller. Order your copy for only $24.99. Part of a new line of books and videos from Tech TV and Q Publishing, the leader in computer education.
The new 255 horsepower Infiniti i35 with the most powerful engine in its class. Don't blink. More power, more grace, more I. The new i35 from Infiniti.
As I've said before, you can get all the links to today's top stories and the answers to the live calls before they're posted to our website, although you have to go here first. And we'll even throw in an extra free download for you if you subscribe to the Call for Help newsletter, techtv.com/call-for-help. Scroll all the way down, and all the way down, way all the way down. Click the subscribe button. You enter in your username, password. In fact, if you don't have one yet, you can join now. It's free. Of course, we take kids younger than 13 and teens and adults older than 13. Doesn't matter who you are. Receive our newsletter. We throw tons of stuff in there. And, you know, you can email me and ask for the links, but I'm probably not going to be as quick as a newsletter will. Newsletter, as the case may be. Now it's time to do a little more help with a free file, something called Cache Decimator, and here to present that is our own Phil Allingham.
How you doing, Chris?
I'm okay.
A-okay.
Yes.
Well, you know, a lot of people, when they get online, they want to be able to cover their tracks. Now, maybe not you, not me, because, you know, we're fully above board and all legit, but a lot of people want some help with that, and that's what our free file helps you do today. It's called Cache Decimator. And what it does, it puts all those clearing utilities in one spot. It's a small download. We're talking like 35, 40K.
Oh.
And what it does, once you've installed it, you're going to see down here in the system tray, there's a little, it kind of looks like a, I'm not sure entirely what it's supposed to be.
Nuclear waste on fire?
Is that what it is?
I think so.
All right. Well, once you click on that, check out all the functions that it actually has. You can dump your recycle bin, you can delete cookies, you can clear your telnet, run history, et cetera, all in one spot. Now, at the bottom, you see the Armageddon one?
Ooh.
That does everything all at the same time except empty your recycle bin.
Wow.
So it's sort of actually just Armageddon Light, I think. But, anyway,
version 1.0. 2.0, they're working for the full Armageddon, right?
Couple of things with this software that I've noticed. Number one, and the developer admits this, when you actually clear your IE history, you have to reboot for that to actually take place.
Okay.
The second thing I found earlier today, I had 2 instances of it running by mistake at the same time, brought my system to its knees. But, so, I mean, it's not perfect, but the nice thing that it does do, puts it all in one spot. So
impressive.
Yeah, and if you want to get it, it's a private guy, you know, this little guy put it out there, and it's at members.aol.com/gluetube, GLUETUBE 149.
I got a better idea. Why don't you subscribe to our newsletter, techtv.com/call-for-help.
Yeah, I'm only saying that one.
No wicked numbers or anything in our URL. Thank you, Phil.
You're welcome.
And if you would, please stay here, because I understand that we have a caller on the line. Is that correct, Kat?
That is correct. It's Danny from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Danny?
Hello?
Hello!
I have a question. I have a Dell computer.
Okay.
And I want to upgrade my RAM because I was kind of stupid and I only put 256 in.
Oh, that's not stupid.
Well, I should have just got the 512. But anyway, so I called up Dell and they said that I can only buy Dell memory. And I go to a lot of places and apparently other memory will work. So, and Dell's kind of inflated. for my Dell memory, can I go somewhere else? Can I go to Crucial.com, or is there a special memory? Or
Danny, you nailed it. You hit it right on the head. The first site that I would have recommended is Crucial.com. Dell is not being all that honest with you. I've got a motherboard right here. Phil, do you want to fly to Crucial.com so we can show people what we're talking about? You've got 256 in there now. What operating system are you running, Danny?
WinMe.
Win Millennium Edition. Okay.
Yep.
Going to 512 is probably not going to give you a huge performance boost because Millennium Edition is only going to be able to recognize, I think, up to like 384, some odd number. But if you do eventually go to Windows 2000 or XP, you're going to see more of a performance boost. Here, the interesting thing about what they call DIMMs, or dual inline memory modules, this is RAM right here. Let's see what RAM is this made by Corsair, it looks like. Crucial is owned by Micron, and when you go to Crucial.com, and I think, or I was going to call you Dell, Phil has got it pulled up right now. You can actually click the manufacturer link on the front page, and what it'll do is it goes to Dell.
And surprise, surprise, there's Dell right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They're not kidding. Now, if Crucial isn't your thing, and I've yet to hear one complaint about Crucial, not only the quality. Who's that barking in the background?
It's my dog.
What's your dog's name? What's his name?
Okay.
What's his?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
where is he? Wow, it's just a three-ring circus in your room.
You know, sisters.
Oh, sisters.
Sisters, can't live with them.
Yeah, and can't live without them. I never had a sister, though, Danny, so I wouldn't know. I have two younger brothers, and they would bark all the time. Okay, so you'd be able to go here, and you'd be fine. Don't listen to Dell. They're just saying that because they will charge you more money for RAM that could be slower than from what you can pick up here.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah, I purchased the Inspiron 8100, and I actually went to Crucial and purchased RAM from there and actually got a faster RAM. They call it CL2, or CAS latency, which I'm not going to get into the details here. I'll save that for another show on the screensavers. This is more lower level for lower level people. Crucial.com, Kingston.com has also been recommended to us. Danny, this is where you want to go.
So if I had a dimension, I'd probably be SD RAM.
Oh yeah, it depends on what dimension you have, and it sounds like you've got a newer model.
8100.
8100? I think so, yeah, SD RAM, which is, it's basically a type of chip. Like here, we've got something, and if you remember, the folks at home, there's a big deal with Intel using Rambus RAM. That's just a different type of RAM chip that you could use. The SD RAM's another type. Way back when, we used to use SIMs, and that was like
way
a long time ago. I mean, you used to have to buy 2 SIMs for Pentium motherboards, and now they made it a lot easier, and RAM's a lot cheaper. In fact, I think the prices are going up now.
He should probably check his specs, though, because, you know, a lot of that RAM, you can't just go mixing and matching and tossing it on the motherboard. So if he's got DDR, and or he buys DDR, he's got PC100 or PC133 in his motherboard, may run into some sort of conflict, and it's not going to work out, maybe ideally. So definitely check the specs, what Dell sent you, so you get the same type of...
It's not going to screw anything up. If it's a problem, I can just take it out, right?
Yeah.
You can take it out. I think the Crucial guarantees it.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to send it back and get the right memory, even if you get the wrong one.
And like I said, I've yet to hear a complaint about Crucial.com. I can't speak for any other sites for purchasing RAM because I really haven't purchased it anywhere else.
All my memory purchases come from Crucial.com.
You could watch PriceWatch.com to see if you can get it even cheaper, but how do you feel about that?
PriceWatch.com sometimes... what they'll do, a lot of the manufacturers will be like an amazing price, right? Like a quarter of wherever you see it somewhere else. But you have to phone, you have to tell them you saw the price on PriceWatch.com, and it gets a little tweaky. So just go with Crucial. You pay a little bit more, but you're going to get, it's all about quality when it comes to RAM.
That's
right. All right, well, thank you so much.
Bye, Danny. Thanks.
Yep, thanks.
Especially with the netcam. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you, Phil. One more chance to take the daily quiz, everybody. Head to techtv.com/call-for-help. Click on the quiz, answer correctly. You'll be in the running for a Call for Help t-shirt. So here's today's quiz. What was last year's average SAT score? Was it 800, 960, 1,020, or 90,210? Oh, wait, 90210. That's the zip code for the...
Introducing the world's first truck with four-wheel steering. The new GMC Sierra Denali with 325 horsepower and quadra steer. Beats everybody, forwards and backwards. From professional-grade people come professional-grade trucks.
Your 401k. Time was, you never had to think about it. So when you changed jobs, you just assumed it was safe. Not so anymore. Roll over your 401k retirement savings to Morgan Stanley, and a financial advisor will guide you through a unique review process to help ensure that when you need your nest egg, it will still be there.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking the same guy that designed this designed our network.
Can't be.
Why?
Because that hasn't crashed for like 700 years.
You can't log on either?
Infrastructure. It's what e-business is built on. Make sure yours has a solid foundation. Click IBM for your free guide, because sooner or later, it matters.
Hi, Pat Murphy-Stark here. I'm sure you've seen those fantastic electronic ab belts infomercials on TV. They're amazing. They're the latest craze to sweep the country, and everybody wants one. But the thing is, they're expensive, selling for up to $120 each. Well, that's why we developed the Ab Force that you can buy right now for just $20. That's right, just $20. Why so cheap? Well, just like cell phones and VCRs, the price of electronic products keeps coming down. We were able to cut a deal directly with the factory and are passing the savings on to you. The Ab Force uses the same powerful technology as those expensive ab belts, capable of directing 10 different intensity levels at your abdominal area. And here's an even better deal. Call right now and we'll double your order. That's 2 electronic Ab Force belts for just $20. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Call now.
To order your 2 Ab Force massaging belts for only $20 plus shipping and handling, call 1-800-992-1973. That's 1-800-992-1973.
Computer Fair is back this Saturday and Sunday with hundreds of exhibitors slashing prices beyond belief.
I got a really great deal on a 64 meg ATP GeForce 2 for $58.
Today I got a case, power supply, a couple of DVDs, and a fan.
Find more than you could in 100 stores: computers, printers, monitors, multimedia, modems, memory, software, books, supplies, furniture, thousands of games, and much more at a fraction of the price. Computer Fair, Saturday and Sunday at the Fairplex in Pomona. Admission is only $7.
Before the break, we asked you, what was last year's average SAT score? Was it 800, 960, 1020, or 90210? And the answer is C, 1020, which I believe is pretty high from my understanding. But then again, like I said, I never took it. Now, you may notice that web graphics look a little weird in America Online's browser. That's because graphics compression is turned on. You can turn it off, and images on the web will look a lot better when you're surfing through America Online. So to do that, we launched the America Online client. Click Settings, Preferences, then we click Internet Properties, www, that link right there. Now it pulls up a tab that looks a lot like Internet Explorer's properties sheet, the Internet Properties. It's because AOL is using Internet Explorer, which makes their whole lawsuit against Microsoft kind of frivolous. We flip over to the Web Graphics tab. It says always compress graphics. We're going to say never compress graphics, or compress graphics when I do not have a broadband connection to AOL. And that's the reason why AOL has decided to do this, because it'll make your dial-up connection seem quicker. We're just going to say never, because we're on a broadband type of connection, a DSL or cable modem. Press apply, then OK. And guess what? Your graphics will look a lot better, including all the Camaro gnomes with the mullets. They'll look so much nicer. Hey, Kat, I heard a rumor that you guys are giving a sneak peek of the new Photoshop on the screensavers later on.
Yeah, Bert Memorial is going to give us a little demo. It's sweet.
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking at it before the show.
I might have to take a look at it. The reviews I've seen, the previews I've seen, they say that even though it's new, some of the new features aren't that spectacular. Yeah. But I guess we'll have to find out on the screensavers.
Well, when it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm easily impressed, so I don't know, maybe you'll have some problems.
You know what I'm easily impressed with?
What?
People who ask us questions and you have a handful of them.
I do. Okay. Tacoma96w@AOL.com says that he wants to get a notebook soon, and he wants to know what kind of notebook you think he should get.
Ooh, good question. Ooh, two questions there. I would say when I was doing my research for purchasing a notebook, I actually chose the OmniBook 6100, the HP OmniBook 6100, It's wonderful. I've had a chance to use it. The screen is rock solid. The drivers are good. It works with Windows XP and Windows 2000. It's very portable, lightweight, has built-in Wi-Fi, which will allow you to connect to a wireless network in your home or wherever you're at. And it's very, very nice. It has the touchpad and the little, what do they call it? The stick, the pointer stick in the middle of the keyboard. It's nice. It's probably the best one out there. I have the Dell. I don't like it as much because it's heavy and it sucks battery juice because the screen is like taking a lot of the juice. So.
And processor?
Oh, the processor. Make sure you get something. If you get a Pentium, the Tualatin processor is the keyword you're looking for. I'll write that down in our newsletter, which you can subscribe to at techtv.com/call-for-help.
That's it.
Thank you, Kat. I'd also like to thank our guest, Tiffany Bass-Bucco, for helping me with my taxes, maybe. And, of course, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. See you later.